Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to talk about accounting and bookkeeping for the personal finance and wealth management industry. We'll cover this few topics in this video. We'll start with the income and expense tracking, then we'll go to asset and liability management, then we'll talk about investment portfolio records, then we'll touch base the tax documentation, budgeting and finance planning and debt management, then we'll talk about retirement planning, estate planning, insurance records and client communications. So let's start with the income and expense tracking. In income and expense tracking, you have to keep track of all the sources of your income streams and also the expenses that you are doing. The income streams will include the salaries, the investment income that you are having, the dividends income and rental incomes. In expenses, you have to track all the expenditures such as your bills, your loan payments and any discretionary spendings, like if you are spending with a credit card. Asset and liability management. In asset and liability management, you have to keep track of all the assets that you are having, like the bank accounts, the investment you have done, the real estate properties that you own, and also you have to track all the liabilities that are there, like the mortgage and some loans that are pending, or your credit card debts. And also do regularly update the value, do regularly update all these things to value and to see the changes in their balances. Investment portfolio records. In investment portfolio records, you have to maintain a detailed record of the investment, including their purchase date and in what price you have purchased that particular thing or particular share, stock or anything, and compare them to the current market value that are here. And also you have to track the dividends if you are having some stocks or shares, so you have to track their dividend income and their interest income, as well as your capital gains and losses on them. So let's talk about tax documentation. Tax documentation, you have to keep a record of all the relevant tax documents, like such as WTS, if you are having 1099s and receipts for the deductible expenses, and make sure that you report all this income and deductions accurately for your future tax planning and compliance. Now we'll talk about budgeting and financial planning. If you are doing any business, budgeting and financial planning plays a very crucial role. So in this will help you to assist the client in creating and maintaining budgets to maintain their spending and saving their goals. Okay, and also you will need to compare your actual spending to the budgeted spendings that you have budgeted. Okay, I will spend this much, and you have to compare all this on a regular basis to see if there is any error or if there is any unbalance in that. Debt management. In debt management, you have to help the client to develop the strategies to manage and pay down the debts effectively, so they don't be in the pressure of the debt. Okay, and also you will need to keep track of the interest rates and minimum payments for each debt account. Now we'll talk about retirement planning. In retirement planning, you have to maintain a record of your retirement account, like 401k, IRA, and you have to regularly review the contributions and the investment performance that you have done in your retirement planning, and make sure that all these things are compliant with your retirement account contribution limits. Now we'll touch base the estate planning. In estate planning, you have to document your assets and accounts to designate for your estate planning purposes, and you have to make sure that the beneficiaries are accurately recorded on the account and the life insurances. Insurance records. In insurance record, you have to keep record of your insurance policies, including if you are having some life insurance policy, if you are having some your automobile insurance and homeowners insurance or anything like that, or any insurance that you are having, and make sure the coverage is up to date and sufficient to the client's need. Now we'll touch base the client communication. In client communication, you have to maintain a clear and consistent communication with the clients to keep them informed about their financial situations and investment performance and any relevant updates or changes in the financial landscape. So every industry has some key performance indicators that shows the growth and the track success of that particular industry. So here are some key performance indicators that are commonly used in this industry to measure its performance and track success. So the first indicator will be asset under management indicator. This will represent the total market value of the assets that a wealth management firm oversees for its clients. The second indicator is revenue growth indicator. This indicator measures the increase in revenue over a specific period of time, how your company been growing year by year. This will be calculated in this indicator. Client retention rate indicator. This indicator shows the percentage of the clients that are retained to your firm and are having services by your firm for a specific period of time. And also, if there is a high retention rate, that will indicate your customer satisfaction level and their loyalty towards your firm. Average revenue per client. This indicator calculates the average revenue that is generated from each client. Return on investment indicator. This indicator will help you to measure the gains or losses that are generated on your investment relative to the amount that you have invested in it. Profit margin indicator. This indicator measures the percentage of the revenue that represents your profit after all the expenses deductions. Okay. Now let's talk about client satisfaction at Net Promoter Scores. This indicator will help you to gather the feedback from the surveys or from any review system from the clients to provide you insight into how satisfied your client is from your services. Compliance and regulatory adherence. This indicator will make sure the firm complies with all the financial regulations and standard critical KPIs to avoid the legal issues and maintain the good reputation of your firm. Advisory fees and percentage of AUM. This indicator will calculate the percentage of the AUM that the firm has an advisory fees. If there is any consultancy fees, that will be included in this indicator. Now let's talk about client financial goal achievement. This indicator will track the percentage of the clients who achieve their financial goals by taking services from your firm. If their client has a goal of growing this much percentage in this year, so if they have achieved or not, that will be calculated by this indicator. And if there is a high level of clients goal achievement, then it will shows the effectiveness of your firm in the financial planning and the strategies that you are making to achieve their goals. Client risk tolerance and assessment accuracy. This indicator will measure how accurately your firm assesses the client's risk and their tolerance and align your investment strategies accordingly to that. Okay. So guys, that was all for the personal finance and wealth management industry. And here at Meru, we do all these things, and we have a team of experts that do this all accounting and bookkeeping services very nicely, fluently. So thank you and have a nice day.